Kansas City Chiefs, 26. The Oakland Raiders, 15. In a game where the Kansas City Chiefs came to play and dominated in every way, shape, or form until the fourth quarter. But most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, your Kansas City Chiefs came out with the victory. That was paramount. Come into today's game, it was a three-way tie for the AFC West between your Chiefs, the Chargers, and the Oakland Raiders. The Kansas City Chiefs came out with the purpose, with the passion, with the want to. And from the first quarter all the way through the third quarter, dominated. The fourth quarter, we just kind of hung on. Basically just said, you know what? We got this, and we coasted. But we got to give props for the way the Kansas City Chiefs came out. Raiders 3 and out off the field. Jarvis Jenkins on the Raiders' second play stuffed Marshawn Lynch for a 1-yard loss. That set the tone. Like to see what Jarvis Jenkins brought. Kansas City Chiefs marched down the field beautifully. Had to settle for a field goal. The Chiefs get the ball back, drive down the field into the first quarter, hit Kelsey, it looked like a touchdown. First play of the second quarter, Kareem Hunt scores. Chiefs dominated on defense. I want to give props to the Kansas City Chiefs middle linebackers. Kevin Pierre-Louis, who was traded by the Seahawks by Brett Veach during training camp, came in, been a solid addition. Reggie Ragland, number 59, the other linebacker. Brett Veach made a big deal for him with the Buffalo. Bills were switching to a 4-3 defense. The Kansas City Chiefs brought Ragland over in August. Great move by Brett Veach. Another great move by Brett Veach, let's keep it real. In October, trading for Harrison Butker, who just happened to kick 4 more field goals today. When we get held for field goals, Butker solid. Hats off to Brett Veach. Talked to him, as many of you know, I talked to him in training camp. Great guy with a great plan for Patrick Mahomes. I've already stated that. But for this game, major props to the middle linebacker position. Derek Johnson with a freaking solid hit on beast mode. They said beast mode. I may be in my 13th year. I may have Kevin Pierre-Louis and Reggie Ragland starting in front of me, but I am the leading tackler in Kansas City Chiefs history. I am. Number 56, Derek Johnson. Hell yeah. This was Raiders week. We needed to unite. Chiefs Kingdom has been divided on through many aspects, through many different scenarios, through many different things. Chiefs Kingdom has been divided, but we needed to step up together. We needed to unite to take care of the Raiders. And you know what? This Kansas City Chiefs team played for Andy Reid. Andy Reid has had his back against the wall because it looked like he lost the locker room. He suspended Marcus Peters for walking off the field after he threw the flag into the stands. And the team rallied around Andy Reid. They rallied around Andy Reid. Amari Cooper got hurt in the second quarter. Would that made a difference? I don't know. But I want to give my hats off to Steve Nelson, who had a great game secondary. Terrence Mitchell filling in for Marcus Peters, great game. Darrelle Revis was out there. Steven Terrell, our third string safety, had an interception to close the game out. So it was an exciting time to be a Kansas City Chiefs fan. Going forward, the Chargers game's just now underway. They're up 13-0 at the end of the first quarter, as my laptop here says. So it's probably going to be a two-way. We're probably going to be Chiefs and Chargers battling out for first place next Saturday night at Arrowhead Stadium. The Chiefs are going to have to come strong because the Chargers got an awesome defense. The Raiders defense isn't as good as the Chargers defense, so our offense has to step up again next Saturday night in prime time on the NFL Network. There's a lot of issues going on about Marcus Peters. There's a lot of hatred. There's a lot of animosity towards this guy. I will say this, Marcus Peters has some maturity issues. Marcus Peters needs to grow up. He hung his head low on after a couple of plays. He had bad body language during the Jets game. Throwing the flag into the stands wasn't a good thing, and walking off wasn't a good thing. As I mentioned with Lance Twidwell, I felt like, and so did Lance, it felt like he was trying to put the bullseye on himself to take the heat off of Steve Nelson. But I want to go back to the last Kansas City Chiefs, or a game against the Denver Broncos. This is important. I need you to listen, folks. Dustin Colquitt punts the ball to the Denver Broncos. The Denver Broncos receiver catches the ball, fair catch at his own 8-yard line. ESPN Monday Night Football goes to a timeout, goes to a commercial. I'm at the game. The Chiefs defense takes the field. The Denver Broncos offense takes the field. They're backed up. Broncos are basically back up into their own end zone. So during this commercial break, the defense is standing on the field. Both corners are at their position. They're already spread out to their position at cornerback. Marcus Peters only plays one side of the field regardless. So he's at his spot. He's just waiting for the commercial break to end and have the wide receiver line up in front of him. Anyway, during this commercial break, I was at this game. It was salute to service. The two cheerleaders walk out there with a veteran who just put his life on the line in Afghanistan. And while the announcer is saying who this gentleman was, saying this person lost their leg in Afghanistan, let's salute this person, Marcus Peters is already standing there. He's clapping for the serviceman. He's clapping. He's leading the cheers during this commercial break. Obviously, the media doesn't see it, and Marcus Peters is clapping for this gentleman. So if anybody says I don't like Marcus Peters because he doesn't stand up for the national anthem and he's not for the troops, bullcrap. Because each and every time during commercial break that they brought a veteran out in the end zone with the cheerleaders during commercial break, so the fans could salute them, Marcus Peters was always within about 10 yards, looking at him, clapping for him, supporting him. My point being is, if you want to be hard on Marcus Peters, be hard on Marcus Peters because of you feel he's being immature. You can't be hard on Marcus Peters for sitting for the national anthem. Marcus Peters is sitting for the national anthem because there's been questionable police. There's been racial injustice. Let's just be honest. There's been racial injustice against blacks, and recently against whites as well. John Stoner, a big Chiefs fan, put a video up there of a cop who was definitely out of line. A couple days ago, it was definitely moving. He shot a person. The person was begging for their life, and the cop shot him anyway. And guess what? That cop got off on that. So if you're friends with John Stoner, look at the video. I'm not going to post it. It took place in Arizona. I'm sure many of you know the story anyway. The cop shot a person basically begging for their life as they crawled. So what we have here, and by me saying this, I'm not saying all cops are bad. I'm just saying there's an issue here with the police. Myself, honestly, I'm a practicing Catholic. My faith is important to me. Are there issues with the priests in Catholicism? Yeah, but I'm still true to my faith because there's some good Catholic priests. My point being, folks, this is important that you understand Marcus Peters and what he was protesting. This is an issue that he should be respected for, and it's his freedom to do so. There's Chiefs fans at Arrowhead Stadium that tailgate and have a good time. One fan gets up there and he puts on his RV a big Confederate flag. Every game he puts a big Confederate flag up on top of his RV. He tailgates every game. You know what? This person could be a really nice guy. I don't know who they are. They could be a really nice person. They could be a really cool person. They could be a real nice person, but nobody says anything. I'm sure some people are uncomfortable that this person comes and brings their RV and mounts a big old Confederate flag on their RV during Chiefs tailgate. Nobody really says anything because everybody wants to go and have a good time. But if this person wants to put their RV to this game and mount a big Confederate flag on top of their RV, even though it might upset some people, then I think we should cut Marcus Peters some slack and understand if he wants to protest before the game, if he wants to sit down and until he feels an issue with these police, if we can somehow sit down and get this resolved, then that's something that we have to get to. Do I know the answers to that problem? No. But I know Marcus Peters has that right to protest the national anthem. Just like that person that comes to Arrowhead every week and brings his RV and mounts his big monster Confederate flag hanging proudly, according to him, on his RV. So if that's where we're at, in my opinion, that's how I feel. If you want to be more hard on Marcus Peters, be hard on Marcus Peters you feel like he could be more physical. But going into today's game, Marcus Peters had just as many tackles as Derek Johnson and one less than Justin Houston. I'm going to say that one more time. Marcus Peters had just as many tackles going into today's game as Derek Johnson and one less than Justin Houston. So right now, the Chiefs have 3 games left. It's the Raiders took care of them. We took care of the Oakland Raiders. It is time to get ready for next Saturday night in prime time as your Kansas City Chiefs continue to battle for the AFC West. It hadn't been easy. Chiefs lost 6-7 before winning this game today. The Chargers, as I mentioned, have an awesome defense. You can't fool with it. Joey Bosa, Melvin Ingram on the outside. They get after the quarterback. And the Chiefs, Marcus Peters should be back to help slow down Phillip Rivers' offense, passing offense. It's going to be a hell of a game at Arrowhead Stadium. This is Alex Smith's farewell tour. He played well today. Let's look at Alex Smith's stats before I go here. Alex Smith today was 20 of 34 for 268 yards, no touchdown, 1 interception. Welcome back Kareem Hunt, who was 25 carries, 116 yards, 1 touchdown. Alex Smith took care of the cover 2. He threw up top. That's what it took to loosen it up, to get Kareem Hunt going. That's what we have to do next week. We have to keep the Chargers from stacking the defensive line, so Alex Smith needs to keep throwing up top. He did a damn good job today. Albert Wilson and him were clicking along. Tyreek Hill made a great catch down the field. We got to keep that going forward if the Chiefs are going to win the AFC West. As the song says, these dark days are like a bad dream. We got to hold on to the good things. And the good things are the Chiefs taking care of this division and winning the AFC West. Ladies and gentlemen, next Saturday night in prime time, this is Shaggyshane saying, go Chiefs.